Hi everybody, welcome to Fast Homebrew. Today I'm making what I'm calling a lazy Sierra Nevada Pale Ale clone. And I'm calling it lazy because there's a lot of steps that I'm sort of missing. So I thought, well, the internet must have a good recipe for this, but what did I find? Actually, they've got a recipe for it on their own website. So that's very convenient. Now it looks like it's got the grain bill there. It's got some of the hops. So I'm actually going to simplify what they've got a little bit. Also, I found that they didn't have the volume on there. So I am assuming it's a normal sort of 23 litre / 5 gallon recipe. And yeah, well, anyway, this is the grain bill. It is 92% pale and 8% caramel. I couldn't get caramel malt, so I've used caramalt, which I don't know, is it the same thing? And they reckon to mash it at 155 degrees F, which I converted to C, of course. And I can't remember exactly what it is, but I nailed it, which is good. So I got exactly the right temperature for the mash. So that was a nice little change. I think they're aiming for. I also had to, Google stats from the can. Like they didn't show the bitterness, they didn't show this and that. But I managed to figure it out, and step 1 on their recipe was actually step 1: crack open a pale ale. Well, I got the mash on first because it was sort of breakfast time, but now we're closer to lunch, so why not have my first one? And this is a nice beer. I call this a bit like the James Squire from Australia. I call this a gateway craft beer. Seems like it's a fairly approachable beer with... Oh, we've gone all foggy for some reason. Kind of approachable. And I've used that term a few times, and people tend to go, yeah, that's a good word for it. So this is the sort of beer that could turn you into a real beer wanker if you're not careful. It's a gateway craft beer. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like I've got the mash out, and everything's coming down there. So I guess the temperature goes on. Now I'm going to rinse it to get the last bits out. I hope this fogginess goes away. I don't remember cleaning the camera. Oh well, whatever. We'll just have to deal with it. There we go. So rinsing and then squeezing and then pouring the last bit in. Oh yeah, I think I was saying I had to look some stats up like bitterness and OGs. I went under on the OGs because I didn't want it to be all that strong. To be honest, bitterness is 38 IBUs, which I think I'm aiming for there. And what do we... I can't see what I'm watching. But yeah. Oh, good. Okay, what's next? Getting the Cascade ready. So they had like a 90-minute edition, and then a 30-minute edition, and then a 0-minute flame out edition, and no dry hop, which actually doesn't surprise me. So I have condensed that down into a what do we got here? A 60-minute edition, a 5-minute edition, and a minus 10-minute edition, which is sort of what I call a flame out one. So anyway, this is 15 minutes to go. So the 60-minute edition one will add about 20 IBUs. Oh, hang on, it's time for a break. How to draw an apple. And there's Jonah showing me. I'm like, what can you draw? He goes, apple, and he draws one. And then he rubs it out and he goes, what's this? Has anyone seen Mr. Squiggle before? Upside down, upside down. It's an upside down apple. And now it's a bigger apple. But anyway, how to draw an apple. It's a circle with a stick. Okay, so this must be the 5-minute edition going, so 5 minutes left in the boil. Can't remember what I was talking about before that. Oh, that edition is about 2.8 grams per litre. And then next up, I guess we'll have... Oh, this must be flame out. And whirlpool, did I do? Oh, my minus 10-minute edition is a... it's actually a cube hop. That's the number I put in for minus 10. So this is... this is my cube getting ready to be sanitary and everything, and that grain bag has hopsock has been boiled for long enough to sanitize it. So now I'll just gently put it in and watch it effortlessly glide in with not too much. I'm a bit worried about the amount of hands that got on it. Then my hands aren't reliably sanitary, that's for damn sure. Anyway, we'll call that whatever. So this is my... So I say that one adds no bitterness. And that was another 75 grams, which is 2.7, 2.8 grams a litre-ish. Okay, tipping everything down into the cube. and what are we doing? Oh, getting the last bit. So that's a little, get some in the hose and then just sort of tilt the hose up, squeeze it out, and very good. Yes, come on tight. There we go. I just wait till I see like a little trickle, and then I clean it up and everything. So she's all good. Do I? No. Oh, well, whatever. Sample time. Oh, it's below the tap. So, oh, I forgot to take a sample, and that's a different colour. That one's full of hops, of course, because I forgot to take a sample from the top, so it came from the bottom, and that's not going to be a very reliable sample at all. So let's just cross fingers and hope that everything went about right, because it does not look right. What can you do? Alright, up to the shed with the brew, and this is going to go, this is going to cool down overnight, and I will put the yeast in tomorrow. So let's see what we got. Okay, so here we are on tomorrow day, which is yeast day, and get this in sort of whoopsie daisy. In she goes, and oh yeah, now I've got to get the cube hop out, which is actually not that big of a pain to deal with. I should have brought some sanitary tongs to do this, but oh well, I didn't. So there you go. The yeast is about to go in, so hopefully they fight off any bugs that may be in there. Now that's my yeast. This is the, what is it? The East or the West Coast M44 Mangrove Jack yeast that I'm using this time, which is the right coast for the, so here, what's that? California. So it must be the West Coast. Let's say it's West Coast yeast. And I'm checking the temperatures to make sure it's fine. Hopefully it's all good. This is another batch which is going down to the bottom shelf. Well, this one goes up the top. It gets promoted, and the other one gets demoted, and it's got temperature controller and heat belt. Goes in the fridge. That's set for 19.5, and we're done. So, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. As I say, I call it a... Oh, that's Ramon Grosjean's crash. I must have done this ages ago. Gateway craft beer. Everybody make yourself a nice Gateway craft beer. And good on Sierra Nevada for putting the recipe on the internet, although I must say it is a bit incomplete. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.